Hey all, lovely to see you all again. Apologies for the delay. I've been on tour with the band. It's been going very, very well, but I miss you all greatly. Today we're going to be looking at The Last Fight by Bullet For My Valentine. Let's take a look. For this particular song, Bullet For My Valentine, are in drop C tuning, which is C, G, C, F, A, D. So get yourself a tune, and we'll get started. Guys, we're actually going to do this whole solo in one section because it's relatively simple. It's just the same thing twice with a little bit of an ending. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with a hammer on from 15 to 19 to start this first minor arpeggio on the first string. I'm going to do that into a pull off back to the 15. Then I want to jump to 17 at the second string and then back down to 15 at the first. So I go. Okay, then from there I go. So what I'm doing there is I'm playing 17 at the second, jumping to 16 at the third, and then back down to 17 at the second. Thus far. Okay, hopefully that's making sense, and then I go. So at the end of that, I want to play 15, 19. So let's have a look at what we've got thus far, one more time, a bit slower. Okay, so at the end of that, as soon as I hit the 19, I want to play 19 open, 17 open, 15 open, 14 open. So it's sort of, on beats and off beats. All of the open notes I'm doing is a back pick. So thus far. Hopefully that's all making sense. So let's have a look at the next arpeggio. The ideas and the phrasing are all pretty similar throughout the solo. So what I want to do is have a look at a major now. I'm going to play from 14 to 17 and then pull off back to 14 again on the first. Okay, then I jump to 15 of the second, back down to 14 of the first. Okay, then at the end of that I want to go like this. Which is going to go from 15 to the second, 14 to the third, back down to 15 to the second. So it's going to go. At the end of that, I'm going to play 14 to 17. Okay, then as soon as we hit the 17, we're going to sort of borrow the same sort of similar phrasing that we had on the previous arpeggio. We're going to play 17 open, 15 open, 14 open, 12 open. So let's try it all from the start thus far, nice and slow. Okay, then we're going to borrow exactly the same idea from that major arpeggio 2 frets back. So I'm going to go 12, 15, 12 on the first, hammer on into a pull off, and I go 13 at the second, 12 at the first, and at the end of that I go. So what I'm doing there is I'm playing 13 at the second, 12 at the third, 13 at the second, and I want to go 12, 15 at the end of that. Okay, then from the 15 I'm going 15 open, 14 open, 12 open, 11 open. We're getting that kind of harmonic minor-y edge towards the end. So we've got 3 out of 4 of the arpeggios. Let's have a look at what we've got from the top thus far, a little bit slower. Look at the last arpeggio, which I guess in standard tuning would sort of be a B major, possibly dominant 7th vibe. It's just a little bit bigger than the previous majors we've looked at, so we're going to go like this. Okay, let's take this a little bit slower. The start's going to be the same as the other previous sort of sections phrasing wise. I'm going to do a hammer on 11 to 14, back to 11 on the first string. And I go from 12 of the first to, 12 of the second to 11 of the first, back to 12 of the second again. So it's going to go. And at the end of that, I'm going to play 11 of the third, back down to 12 of the second. So it goes. And then I go back to 11 of the third. So I think that's what the strange thing is about this one. When we generally be working our way up higher, we want to end on 11 of the third string. So let's have a look at this arpeggio thus far. Okay, then I work into a straight major arpeggio from 14 of the 5th. So let's slow this down. I'm playing 14 of the 5th, 13 of the 4th, 11 of the 3rd. Then I play 12 of the 2nd, 11 of the 1st, and then 14 of the 1st. Now you notice that I'm going to the ring finger there, because eventually we're going to need this note on 15. So we'll do it nice and slow. And once I hit 14, I'm going to go 15, 14. So I've got that pinky ready. Let's try that whole last arpeggio from the 14 of the 5th string. Alright, let's try from the little hammer-on bit. We'll put the whole thing together thus far and then just deal with the outro of it. Let's try it from the start and then we'll do the ending. Whoopsies. What we just did. And then it'll just go back to here. It does that all again. So at the end of the second one, after we finish that, we want to go back to 15 and vibrato. And then what we're going to do from there is do a hammer on from 14 to 15 on the first string, and then play the 14 again. So I go. Okay, now a very similar idea. We're going to do a hammer on from 12 to 14, and then play 12 as a vibrato note. And then the last bit goes from 7 to 10 back to 7. So it goes from sort of a more diatonic thing to a pentatonic thing. So let's take it slowly from the 15 vibrato. Then 14 to 15 back to 14. Then 12 to 14 back to 12. And then the hammer on from 7 to 10. Vibrato back to 7. Let's try the whole solo with the tabs nice and slow. And again. And the ending. And that was the solo from the last fight. Hope you guys have enjoyed that. Catch you real soon.